Hello, this is Amy with Paper Moon Journals. This is the first of 2 journal projects using primarily a kit by Miles Beyond the Moon, one of their celestial kits. They have tons of really cool stuff. I think this one was called, it wasn't Cloud Chasers, because I know that was the one with the airplanes and everything. Over the Moon. I think this one was called Over the Moon. And then I had somebody who liked the order well enough that we went back and I made a second one. So I didn't have all the same charms, like this charm that was on the cover or things like that, but I tried to make it 90% the same. I still had it in hand for the first couple days I was working on the second project, and then I had to get it off in the mail and was on my own. So I thought it might be interesting for you to see how it happens if I get a custom order, and I promise to make it similar. I won't be taking any more custom orders until summer at best, and maybe not then either, because I've gotten into my busy season at work, and then I'm expecting some things to be coming up this summer that will probably keep me busy. So just getting the regular stuff done when I have time. I put a lot of personal pressure on myself, even when the customer is like, take your time, no hurry, no rush. I personally cannot rest or relax or work enjoy anything until I know that it's done and in the mail. Isn't that crazy? So my own internal pressure, I can't take if I have too much else going on. So with my busy season, no custom orders certainly during my busy season, and then maybe beyond that. I know I didn't get anything prepared Halloween-wise for Halloween for last year, and I may start that over the summer, something like that, which would preclude doing custom orders because I'd be busy working on upcoming fall holiday stuff, things like that. And again, I hope to have some summer plans. I hope you do too. I'm going to put on some hopefully pleasant music, and I'll check back in with you on the second one. I'd like to know if you can tell the difference, if you prefer one over the other. I think they're both beautiful. I'd have a hard time telling which one was first or second if I didn't have the videos in order. Thanks for checking it out. I hope you find something inspiring, interesting. Both of these are sold, and I wouldn't be promising to make anything like it, no custom orders. So you could suggest, hey, why don't you use that kit to make another one or something like that? I don't know. I probably shouldn't even say that because today is a slow day at work. My early birds have all come in and gotten done. I do prepare taxes for a living as well as bookkeeping. My bookkeeping's all done for the month, which is just a couple days from being over. Or I might as well wait until next month and do 2 months at a time. So, I have a little window here where I can do some video editing. It's been a long time. Just gorgeous. I love this kit. It was a lot of fun. Came with many, many fussy cuts that I love to use. I love it when their kits come with lots of fussy cuts, as this kit did. I threw in some Amity Bloom, some pixie dust files, sand pool, some stuff from kits from all over the place, some pre-made things that I had laying around. I had all kinds of fun with this. I spent a lot of time with the glitter. I've really gotten into the Stickles glitter lately, even though it takes forever and a day to dry during this time of year where I live. And I've also been backing nearly all of my ephemera, which adds a lot of bulk. It also adds sturdiness and texture and more interest. It gives you two-sided things, which I think is fun. And then I find it to be a beautiful stress relaxer. So there's some little positive sentiments that I've included in here. I promised to pipe down and then I didn't. I'm going to pipe down now and put the music on. I'll check back in with you in less than 10 minutes, about 8 minutes. Okay, well, that's it for this first journal that I made. And then now here's the second one. As I already said, I didn't have the same charms, things like that, but I did my best to make the cover very similar. Initially, the customer wanted all silver only accents and no gold. And then later, we ended up needing to add some of the gold back. It just looks so good with this particular theme. There's a lot of gold accents built in. And I'm curious, again, if you made it through, if you're going to watch this whole giant video, and tell me which one you think is the favorite. I tried to make sure that they included the same pieces, the same extra pieces that the other one had. The original, at least 90% the same. And really, I try to go over the top with the custom orders because I fear what if they feel like because they prepaid, I tried to cut corners or shortchange them or something. So where I just play it by ear and go with the feel on the first one. When I'm doing the second one and I've been prepaid, like I said, I put a lot of pressure on myself. I want this person to make sure that they feel like they got their money's worth and that they're excited when they get it. I don't know if you can see all of the Stickles glitter, but I now go through like at least $10 worth of Stickles glitter per project. And if you're not familiar, it's glitter embedded inside the glue in a little squeeze container that makes it easy to draw on where I want it. The best thing about it is it doesn't leave glitter all over my house. It doesn't come off on my hands or my clothes or things like that. It keeps the glitter contained and you don't end up with glitter everywhere. So it allows me to add tons of glitter to my projects without creating a glitter nightmare for myself or the person who gets the journal. Again, a lot of this ephemera has been backed, which I find so relaxing if you're stressed out or if you're not feeling well enough to actually craft. Just gluing it onto some interesting neutral backing pages printed onto card. I glue card onto card for that double backed, and then I leave some in that's just printed on card to have that variety of textures and things. And then I found a nice charm collection that I purchased online so there would be a coordinated set of charms to go with this project. I had a coordinated set of charms that went with the other project and had picked those up at Hobby Lobby, but they did not have them in stock anymore. It's kind of a one-time deal, and it's been over a year since I bought that one that I'd used on the cover of the first one. So pretty cute. I will pipe down again. I'll put back on the same music, so I hope you liked it, and then we'll check in at the end for our tried and true followers who watched both videos all the way through. If you weren't aware, you can use the little gear in the corner to speed things up if you want things to go faster. My goal for this is to go slow, to take my time and to go through and to try to show you everything, to use my finger to trace out glitter, lace details, to point out things that I've added that you may not notice. I hope that's helpful for you, but there's way more glitter and sparkle on these projects than you can see in the videos, and I would like to think 100% of the time they look better in person than they do in the video. So if you think it looks good here, they look even cuter in person if you get to order one. And the nice thing about Etsy is they let you make payments on these. You can break it into like 4 payments to make it more affordable. I do frequently have sales. If there's something you really want and it's available, you can always ask me, hey, do you have any coupons or specials if you need that to help you make it affordable. I wanted to show here how you can use the stuff inside the envelopes and pockets to make more pockets and more tuck spots. That's one of the ways you can use the journals or journal projects, is you don't have to write in it if you don't like your writing or if you don't like journaling. If you do like journaling, you can still use them. If you don't like your writing, just write on the backs of all the ephemera and on things that get tucked into pockets. Just grab yourself a sheet of lined paper and fold it up and tuck it into the many envelopes and pockets that we have in here. Make more pockets out of some of the ephemera if you want. It's a lot of fun. It's a great hobby. I started it when I wasn't feeling well back in 2018. I was having some health problems. We'd actually been poisoned by some recent home repairs. And it took me a few years to recover from that. And then, as life does, and then there's the next crisis. It's kind of like a cycle. The wheel of life is a tarot card. And I think to a certain extent that may be true. You're either on the way up, things are getting better from your last crisis. You're at the top. Everything's doing great. I like doing scrap collage, so I showed some of that. You're at the top, so everything's going great, or things are starting to, head back down toward the bottom, or you're at the bottom and things are as bad as they can get, and then you start back up toward the top again. It's a cycle that tarot card represents. But I keep promising to pipe down, and then here I am chatty today. I guess since I didn't have any clients showing up to chew their ear off, I'll be chewing yours off instead. All right, here comes the music. I'll check in with you guys at the end. I hope you enjoyed both of these. I'd love to hear your comments, and forgive me if it takes me time to reply. As I said, this is my busy season, and I do have some, not life-threatening, but some ongoing health issues that also eat up a bunch of my time and energy. So, hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Okay, I'm back. I can't believe you made it all the way through, at this point, 43 minutes. It's going to be 45-minute long video since there's two journals in here, that you made it all the way to the end. That's pretty incredible. And way to go, you. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this. Like I said, found it interesting, inspirational. If you're a journal maker or considering making journals, you can make the more junky, grungy style, which can be a lot of fun. That's how I got started. Or you can go for something a little bit more glittery and sparkly, and go for the extra lace and frou-frou of it all. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks again for watching, and as always, please have a wonderful day.